think this thing is on. What's up, everybody? Let me get my measuring tape real quick. How's everybody doing today? So when you buy pre-made glass like this is an import color tubing. They typically come in 4-foot sections. And then for shipping purposes, they cut those down in half. And when I'm working, I like to work with 2 12-inch sections. Let me go look on my computer real quick to see if y'all see me, if I am actually live right now. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hold on just a second. Just a second. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Just checking my laptop to make sure the view is all right. I'm gonna turn off this light. There we go. And then give you something to look at real quick. I am going to be making some transparent yellow-orange ball caps, at least to start. Where's everybody tapping in from tonight? How's everybody doing? Got my remote. Give y'all a little tour. What up? What up? Yo, so let me know where y'all coming from tonight. I am using my new lapel mic, or lavalier mic. Let me see if I think if I hit this button. Now it's on noise cancellation. Maybe now it's on noise cancellation. I have to look at the settings. Alright, either way, appreciate y'all stopping by today. My name is Zach. I'm a glass blower. This is borosilicate COE 33. I just uploaded my first video to my page, and it's basically doing like a little studio tour showing y'all my setup. There we go. Appreciate it if you check it out. Chuck a thumbs on it, drop a comment on it. Let me know if you want to see more, if you want to see less. Look, let me put my glasses on first, safety first. Hold on. How's everybody doing tonight? Where y'all coming from? This is my propane. This is also the first stage flame. I'm gonna crack the oxygen a little bit. So this is the leftmost knob. Then I'm gonna go back to the center and sharpen that flame out. And that is what I'm looking for right there, folks. HD. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is flare this open. It is icy cold in my garage, so before I actually kiss the flame against the glass, it is like right next to that glass piece. Alright, I can see the moisture building up a little bit, some condensation that's now burned away. Alright, so let's flare this bad boy open. Just the hair, because the only point of doing this is to be able to fit it in my silicone adapter. Alright, flare. So appreciate y'all dropping a like, comment, smash a thumb. 1000% though. Check out that video. Alright, let's flare open the next one. This is a transparent yellow-orange. Right now it looks like the transparent yellow gold color. Damn, that's cool. Hold up. Fix my hoodie, my hat. A little chilly up in here. Texas, alright. Snail 435, appreciate that, man. Kathy, what's up? Texas, Mark, good job, sir. Thank you very much. Bama boy, Alabama, Texas. I'm in Virginia right now. I'm also in the U.S. It is after midnight. It is cold. And I'm flaring this tube open. So this is an import color. It's the transparent yellow-orange. And I say yellow-orange, it's a little wobbly. Let me straighten this out. Right. I'm not pushing, I'm just kind of letting it ride against the paddle. Alright, I think that should be enough. But you know what, let's just go more. What have y'all been up to today? Anything interesting going on? Hope y'all been healthy and happy. So that's flared open. You'll be surprised by how fast this cools. Alright. So now I have some pre-made 5mm tubing on the left-hand side. This is going to be my bulk cap nozzle. It's kind of hard to work with. It collapses incredibly fast. The wall thickness is not even 1mm. Alright, so I got... Take this hose out. Right. Take this one. Okay. Alright. Put this down, how long was that? Like 10 seconds? I don't know if y'all saw, but it's cool. It's already fine. It's Gucci. It's good to go. Alright. So this is part of the silicone nesting egg that I stick in the back of this borehole here. And this is how I like blow glass, right? It's like a Black and Mild like mouth tip almost. I used to actually buy some wood tips, some like flavored wood tips, and I use that, but it gets all wet and like my mouthpiece is constantly hitting the floor, you know? So when you see me go like that, I'm not, you know, praying. I'm just wiping off my mouthpiece. Though I do also shake out the nerves before I really start any piece. Get this here. Oh. Alright. So I am putting this in through this borehole. You saw it taken out. Now you're seeing me push it in. I want this tube to rest flat in those teeth. I don't want it to be crooked because I don't want this spinning crookedly. Just again, I'm a glass blower. My name is Zach. I'm in Virginia. Handcraft, this is a glass lathe. About to make a ball cap. Alright, this all doesn't need to be out at the same time. So I'm gonna choke up on this tube a little bit. All right. Let's put this away. All right, I'm gonna put this on top of the oven right here. It's a piece of cracked, broken glass. Let's see how straight this does or does not spin. I might use some Lathe tape. I'm not 100% sure. It's just pushing a little bit again. Right. All right. How's everybody doing today? Did you check out that video I posted yet? It's the only one. I only have one video on my page. Check it out. Everything else is like a live stream or a short. Whoop. All right, gonna have to light that back up. All right, let's bring you back to me. All right, what up? Let's put this down like so, a little bit probably. Dude, I am in love with this little gimbal thing. It's the Hohem M7, and I have this remote, right? So that's how I've been changing the angles and like moving the thing around from down here, so I don't have to jump up on my table every time I want to change, you know, the angle. It was causing like the phone was shaking. I was making myself a little nauseous trying to watch back. But dope. All right, that's good. Now, I don't know how fast you like your lathe spinning, but this is how fast I like my lathe spinning when I'm making ball caps. Only when I'm making ball caps do I have it spinning this fast. You know what? Let's just warm this up in the bunchen for a second so it doesn't crack. How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on? How y'all doing? Appreciate that fishing. Alright, who's new? Farfetch, what up? It's your brother's Nick's birthday. Can you say hi? Yo, Nick Gurr. Oh, I see what you just did. That's hilarious, my guy. That's funny. Anybody, please forgive that I just said that. Taking advantage of your boy. God damn, dude. Bilal, what up? I'm a glass blower. It is glass blowing, Susan. What up? Hola, Papa Chulo. What up, homie? Hello, Anita. What up, Barney? Damn, damn, Arnie. It is really not a loose sweatshirt, and I am really in no danger here, folks, of anything happening with the lathe. The only real dangers is if I am not paying attention and would hit a flame with my hands or something ridiculous, some new moves. If you look at the video that I posted on my page, you'll see there's really no opportunities for me to get hurt in that way. The worst thing that's going to happen on this section right here is that oil wipes off on my shirt. There's nothing, you know, to pull or get down. From here, from these chucks, there's nothing to pull you. The only thing that could really hurt is, and I show this in that video, these knobs right here where, hold up. These knobs where I used to open up the chucks, tighten it to make sure it doesn't open, loosen it to open it. If I'm working, and I'm trying to really maximize the last bit of some super expensive tube, right? So I'm trying to blast right in the corner there, and I'm not paying attention, and maybe I'll hit my knuckle in some way. But look at this angle. I can't damage my torch, right? There are so many natural situational awareness things going on that there is not those opportunities. So I'm not sure what machines you're familiar with, but this ain't like that. This is more like if you are scoring and snapping a piece of glass. So I don't think I've showed you all that yet, but it's like if I scored it with my scoring knife, right? Boop, boop, boop. Snapped it, and let's say that it snapped instead of a clean cut on both sides, it was super jagged, and maybe I cut my hand by accident. That could happen. But the lathe there's no. And even with the fire, really not as scary as people think it is. Once it's just that you're not really familiar with it, is all. Alright, so let me just check, make sure everybody's still with me in the chat. And who is that, Fishing John? Talking about my butt? Y'all are crazy. I can see a mark on the tube right there. So I'm gonna have to tear away up until that point because I can't have that mark. Alright. So now is the scoring and snapping I'm talking about. So you see me score. Now I'm gonna smack. Ta-da! Not scary at all, folks. Not scary at all. Now I'm gonna pop the hole open. This is also a smaller outer diameter glass than I like to usually go. I think this is like 7.5 millimeter, and the ones that I preferred to work with recently are 9.5 millimeters. Just collapses less slowly, pretty much. Alright, wiping off the graphite, wiping off the graphite. Let me take this chapstick out of my pocket. Maybe I'll chap up real quick. I mean, again, watch my video. There's nothing here to drag or pull. Just wipe off grease. And like my sweatshirts are, I have so many stains and whatnot on these things, you know? Alright, anyway, back to this. Let me just check the angle real quick again. Let me know what y'all think. Is this a decent angle? Is this a good angle? I think I might go down here. Oh yeah. All right. You want to see how easy it is for me to stop the chuck after I hit that red button? Well, I mean, I guess you will, but yeah. Right. Flare this open. You have to be super fast with this. Maybe I like this better because I feel like it spins straight, like more straight at this speed. Maybe it's like just the speed that it gets hot without having to really like increase the heat of my flame. So I'm able to use like a less intense flame but have the same impact as a hot. I don't know. I'm making that up as I go along. But this is what I became comfortable with and familiar with pretty much. And if y'all didn't know, I made the first aftermarket ball cap, card cap for the Pupco Peak back in 2018 when they released the OG. So I've been making ball caps since 2018. Folks, where are y'all coming from today? Did you follow me yet? Did you smash a thumb? Did you smash a subscribe? Did you check out that video where I talked about my lathe setup a little bit? Come on now. Don't play with me like that. Alright, so I'm going to be melting this to that. Then that point where they are connecting, I'm really going to melt that and puff that because that has to be smooth. because this is the bottom portion of that ball cap that's going to be making contact with that atomizer chamber. So that's like essentially the most important part of this piece. When you're puffing, and if you find yourself out of breath, you do not breathe through your mouth ever. Breathe through your nose. And I put my tongue over the hole for the mouthpiece, so I'm not accidentally sucking in anything that, any gas or whatever. Boom. All right, so I was condensing it. I was making sure it's spherical and perfectly. Now I'm going to put the handle on it. Push. All right, that's the first Maria. All right. That's the second Maria. Now I'm going to pop the air intake hole. Now I'm going to expand the hole a little bit by melting it, and then when I puff air, it's going to expand it, so it's going to collapse a little bit and then puff out. I'm doing this because I don't want the ball cap to be restricted. Alright. Now to detach the handle or the tubing from this handle, but I also want to polish this neck a little bit. Pull it out a little bit. So if you're using one of those tethers, all right, so here's another thing that's like one of the only things that could happen. You see how I just tore that away? Like, let's say I drag this over, right? So let's say I'm dragging this over, and I leave it there, and now I'm going back to work on this, and I'm not paying attention, and the piece of hot glass touches like my hoodie. I'm wearing layers. I always wear long sleeves. That's one of the reasons why you wear long sleeves. So it's like the chances of something happening to you is just not what you think it would be. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick off the section. Hold up. We're gonna pick off the nipple right there. Y'all, some of really the most negative people. Dang, dude. Comment section wild right now. So there was a bit of scrap glass on the end of this. So if I didn't knock that away and clean that off, when I went to like put it back in the flame, it would have like cracked and popped. And again, talking about machines, you have probably never seen a glass lathe made for glass like this. Boom. I'm not pushing, I'm just holding the paddle straight and flat. And that, my friends, is a ball cap. Bada boom. Yo, it's not baggy, and there is no danger, my friend. Southpaw, it ain't like that, my friend. Bitcoin, I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate all y'all's love and concern, yeah. But it ain't like that, my friends. All right. Now let's make the next cap. I only need to make one, but I never just do one. We'll do at least 2 or 3, especially if one has like a scratch or if it doesn't spin well or who knows what. All right. Let me show y'all what we just did here though. Appreciate some thumbs, some subs. Checking out my other video that I just posted where I show you my setup. This is the ball cap. Sorry, I know the focus is like... All right, well, I'm gonna put this in the oven and I'll show y'all the next one. All right, actually, I'm not even putting this in the oven. Check it out. No. Just gonna put it on the table and start on the next one. All right, so gonna load up the next piece of 5mm. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? I know some of y'all concerned about me. Appreciate that. Don't be. How are you doing? Hoping you're happy and healthy and had a good day today. A lot of crazy things going on in the world. Kind of almost regret putting on the news every time I try to catch up. Easy to stop. People are crazy. And that was that spinning this fast, right? All right. So, a little small. Put that in the recycling. All right, this is super wobbly. You know what? I think after reading some of those negative Nancy comments, warm this up for a second. Here's a trick. Oh, didn't even have to do it. So like, let's say one of these burners was out, like, so just the 3. These are all 4 individual burners. This is my Bunsen, and they could all be moved like independently in different directions. But let's say one of these was out. All you have to do is push the flame over, and they would all be back to good. How's everybody doing today? I don't know if y'all partake. I don't know if you can see what I'm holding up right now. Nope. Needs cleaning atomizer, I guess. Nope. It's the 3D XL. I really have not had issues with other devices with this until this one recently. Do y'all use any of these devices, like Puffco or the Dr. Dabber or the Focus V Carta or the Bomb Official, or what are y'all using nowadays? Do you even Sesh? So this topper that I just had in the Puffco, I also make it so it's compatible with the Bomb. Put that in there. All right. Hope y'all are having a good night tonight. Let me check the comment section right quick. If y'all didn't know, I released the first aftermarket attachment for these devices back in 2018. The first Puffco dry topper. But I've even been in High Times magazine twice. I mean, I've worked around machinery. I've worked around this machinery. I've worked with different lathe and with other torches and Bunsens, and I've watched a lot of other people. I worked in a studio with other glass blowers, and I got to tell you, one of the craziest things you would have seen is not even what goes on with the lathe, it's people's footwear. So if you think, you're worried about glass and all this stuff, you ever hear of like, the term is a wook, W-O-O-K, like a Wookie, like a hippie kind of, like bare feet, touching, like earthing, grounding or whatever, go touch grass. Bunch of homies walking around without anything on their feet even. I at least have some safety Crocs and socks on. You know what I'm saying? Safety first, y'all. Come on now. Oh my god, dog. But you don't know what you don't know. And I know y'all are coming from a place of love. And I think, honestly, if you ever went to a glass blowing studio, like, yes, clearly I'm in the Canna industry, that portion of the glass industry, y'all would have a great time. A lot of really cool people, really nice people, smart, probably have a lot in common. This one shop I saw recently, the studio, they actually have a glass blowing studio in the back of a bowling alley. And they have this like sweet, vintage, old school, like classy bar too. Looks pretty awesome, man. Yo, Land Rover, my guy, bro. If that says Land Rover, yeah, Land Rover 90, my boy, dude. I do appreciate all of y'all tapping in with me today. Appreciate all of y'all stopping by. I did talk about the propane a little bit in that video I posted, so, if you're new to me, go check out that video. I only have the one posted up. I mean, some of y'all were amazed about how fast this was spinning. Did you see me make that ball cap? You're just not familiar with it. By the way, I feel like I make one of the best ball caps in the game, bro. Legit. Airflow on point, silky smooth gyration, maximize vapor production. All right. Last one, and then we're back in it. Got the sweats now. God damn. See, you want to see how good I am or not? See how good I am. You see how fast this lathe is spinning? Do you see the wobble with this tube? You think I can make a straight ball cap? All right, who's with me still? Who's with me? All right. So we're gonna pop this hole back open, tearing it away with my punty, puffing in with my blow hose. All right. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't like this. Man, that last rip, dude. Boom, flare. I mean, that's just like an unforgivable wobble. Oh, damn. Get a sip of water right quick. Ooh. Alright, do me a favor, smash a thumb, hit the subscribe, watch that one video I put up, drop a comment on it, smash a thumb on it. Let me just get that out of my lungs real quick. Alright, can I make a ball cap with this wobbly tube? Yup. Alright. Gotta push the handle. The other handle. Pop in the air intake hole. As I hit it with the flame, the hole like collapses and almost gets smaller, and then when I puff it out, it expands. Now to detach this, but I also want to make sure that's polished. So you could use the flame to clean the glass. Y'all still with me? Did you like? Did you subscribe? Did you hit a thumb? Did you smash some emojis? Did you check out that other video? See me sliding this to the right? Alright. Lots of burp, hold up. Excuse me. Alright. Now to pick away that part behind that bump. And now I want this to be uniform, flat surface. White. So the hot glass doesn't stick to the cold graphite. I'm going to start with the center, because that's the part that isn't uniform. I need that to be uniform. Outer part, glass is flame a little bit. Have to be careful because this is thinner tutor. Not overdo it, so I don't want to ruin the aesthetic of the two separate bumps. And we're done. What up? Boom. All right. I just don't want to take like the phone down off the gimbal to show y'all, but yep, done. Flat surface for the handle. Honestly, my glasses are on, so maybe that does look fine in the camera. I really can't tell. But I picked that surface. So this is like a transparent yellow golden color. When I put it in my oven overnight, it would turn into an amber. And then I could strike it back so it's a striking color, and then I could turn it back to this color, but I have to superheat it in my Bunsen. So instead, I'm just gonna put it on my table, and that'll be that. See how much tubing I have left, see if I could make another one. How's everybody doing today? Enough about me, what about you? There's a lot of y'all in the chat right now. I wanna know how you're doing. And if I don't see your message, somebody else should respond. And this should be a dope little community we got going on here. You know what I mean? Come kick it, come chill. Late night, afternoon. Alright, so, you know what? This could be an example of working close. And you could decide for yourself if it's bueno or no bueno. This will definitely spin straighter though, hopefully. Alright. And regards to safety, my hair is growing a bit longer again. So I found instead of like a bandana or like a hat, because hats have the brims on them, that I would not do with this. It's kind of like almost like a swimmer's cap, but it's not. And like bicycle people wear it. It doesn't look bad. It kind of looks like a beanie. But also it feels like wearing gym shorts on your head, like mesh shorts on your head. Whatever, it was comfortable, I guess. So I only had to make one of these, but we'll make 3. Maybe we'll do 6. Oh, dude, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you feel better soon, dude. So, did y'all like check out that video I told y'all about? Did you subscribe yet? Did you? I know I'm gonna walk back over to the Lathe in a second. I know. Stay with me. Bear with me. All right, I'm back. Still getting used to this remote. Yo, Hohem, or camera people or gimbal people, if y'all want to sponsor me, help me make this cooler. What up, yo? Reach out to your boy. Gonna pop this open. Here, what's that? I see some dirt. Nope. Do that again. Alright, so one thing that could happen, right? You see this part right here? I've had it before where I'm going and it's like the arrow got caught up like this and this part got pulled. So if like this is in your mouth and it's like pulling on your teeth, you know, I mean, obviously you just open your mouth, but like that's more likely to happen than something else. And that really isn't likely to happen. I mean, think about it. That sounds like a complete nuke move, right? I don't know why I yell sometimes. I keep looking at the camera. I forget that I have this mic on. It's a new addition to this. So let's flare open the other side. So for this, it's 5 millimeters. The inner diameter is like 0.7 millimeters. I don't know if you know how tiny that is, but that's ridiculously tiny. So I have to really quick like boot, get it in the hole. I have to have this flame just touching the edges of that tube, right? So if you think of a glass tube, you have the inner edges, then the outer edges. I'm trying to heat the outer edges real quick, pull back, and that's a flare. Y'all still with me? Y'all following along? All right. I think we're about ready for this. Actually, let me get a sip of something real quick. A little thirsty. Combination of glass blowing and a little bit of cotton mouth. Whoop. Oh, see, all right, one burner out. Now watch the trick. Where did I just put my paddle? All right, so you see that one candle is out? Oh, I was gonna, whoop. You go like that. So if like one is out, whoop, you just push the flame over. Alright, well, I guess you didn't get to see it. That's my fault. I apologize. Alright. Each of these burners, I don't know how long you've been in this feed. Burn just for my tweezers. There we go. Alright, so doing something like this, right? If I'm like messing around like this and I'm not paying attention and that knob smacks my knuckle, that's a thing that could happen. The whole, getting caught up or whatever is not a thing. Like that. Alright, I like that. I like that. What are y'all up to today? What time is it by you, man? It is late. Oh, damn. It's 1:14 a.m. Why aren't you sleeping? Why aren't I sleeping? I think I figured I would test out some of this new camera gear. See if anybody would be, try doing that video. I already scheduled USPS to come tomorrow to pick up the other online order that I finished. So I'm hoping that I'll have this ready too, and I could have just almost all of my online orders out by tomorrow and focus on making some new cool stuff. Working there. What up, Bascos? What up, What up, X Relax? What up, Brian? What up, Southpaw? What up, Mason? What up, Irritated Gnome? What up, Abraham? What up, Jimmy? Who else is tapping in? Who's here? Who's kicking it? Who's chilling? Hey, it's about me, but I'm glad y'all are finally talking to each other in the comments section. That's cool. Hope y'all made some friends today. What up, what up? Just loading up real quick. Gonna have a sip of water. Then I'm gonna make that ball cap. The last two I made were absolutely perfect. I'm a glass blower. This is borosilicate COE 33. And what you're watching, this torch that way. What you're watching is me make a ball cap. Directional airflow, intake, the two bumps. So just remember what this looks like as you watch me make what I'm making. Yeah, that's the bomb official. Alright, so I got asked to explain what the ball cap is. Before I jump in with my explanation, does anybody else in the chat right now, is anybody else familiar with this technology and how this functions? Could it take over for me? You could be my voice right now. God damn. That was spicy. If you have that tickle, you know what I'm talking about? Don't start. Because your breathing needs to be consistent. Just catching my breath. The thickness is so uneven right now. So I'm gonna have to do it in sections. now I'm working the top quadrant. Breathing. I knew it. It wasn't the glass, it was my paddle. I don't know if you heard that squeaking. Yeah, that's nice. All right. Stretch that back a little bit. Did you see the torch tap that chuck? See? Yeah, that Alright, who's still with me? What's up, y'all? Maybe I need to start having a moderator in this comment section. I mean, I guess it's comments though. There's nothing to pull me or drag me. This part right here only thing that's gonna happen is I get grease wiped on my sleeve. There is nothing to grab a hold of me over here. The only thing that might happen is that chuck knob might like hit my hand, or more likely it'll knock into my torch, you know? But bada boom, we got another perfect ball. What up? Haters, hello. Do me a favor. See a lot of haters. Show me a little love. A lot of hate. Little love. Smash some thumbs. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Always stay tuned for more. It would be really cool if the next time I went to the comment section, somebody had something really interesting to talk about or to tell us that happened in their day. Maybe somebody has like an interesting job, you know, something a little different. TV kind of sucks for the most part nowadays. Maybe one of y'all has some interesting story to tell. Right. Check out that video I posted. Smash those thumbs, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yo, Waffles, my boy. I'm sorry, dog. Maybe eat some grains or something. Yo, we got any recommendations to help Waffles? I really, dog, I've been doing this for what, almost 10 years now. There's literally zero of the things you're concerned with. You're saying you're 50 years old or, Jesus Christ. It's crazy when people think they know what they're talking about, how much energy they have to try to tell you that. All right. Let's do a little rod blowout, I think. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking for a tube that I want to have as the base for the blowout. So I don't know if I want to start with a 38 millimeter or like a 44 millimeter. Maybe I should start with that transparent line through tubing right there. I'll do that. Start with some clear. To the Taco Bell comment. It's not even risks like that. Like I straight up broke it down many times what the potentials are. The potential dangers for this are like this knuckle punching your hand, most likely because of the angles you have to work at. Look at that. Like, why would I ever have my national like this? So my national would have to be here for this to touch my hand. Like, make that, you know, like, saying like a lot. Damn. This, nothing to pull you. It's just a straight rod. This isn't, there's nothing part of my clothing that could get caught. It just wipes grease on you. That's like, I mean, it actually does wash out pretty easily, so it's not that big a deal. And for everybody or anybody that has been communicating their concerns, going to one of the studios, like these glass studios, oh my God, you would have a heart attack. I'm wearing safety Crocs and socks. Some people don't even wear shoes on their feet. All right, I need to find the right grommet hole for this. There we go. Also, I'm just saying, you know, if you're like solid folks, type of comments is not really good for monetization. And I am a decent guy doing positive things. So y'all made whatever points you were trying to make. Appreciate it, your concern. You're trying to share your experiences with everybody in this community that we're creating. And you can also appreciate what I am sharing with you. All right. I think that's far enough. Take this out. All right, so what is a rod blowout? I'm gonna turn a rod into a piece of tubing. Let's do some of this orange. I don't know if I like this color, but I have a bunch of it. Do me a favor, if you do like what you see, or you do want to see more, hit that subscribe, smash the thumb, be kind in the comments. Ooh, yeah. Crazy times we live in. All right, here's a question. Do you like these long form videos better, or do you like shorter videos better? Like, I feel like this video has been super long. Oh, all right. I'll explain the ball caps. Give me a second. Have a sip of coffee. All right. So for a ball cap, I'm just saying, like, even here, I vacuum this area like 10 times a day, like anally. I'm safe, yo. So a ball cap, if you're inhaling, right? So let's say this chamber is heating the loaded materials. So it's like a hot pot, you know? So it's boiling. The loaded materials are now boiling and bubbling. So this creates like a convection oven. So now when you're inhaling, it's not just this open air, you're actually producing significant vapor. So that hole that I popped, that hole, when you're inhaling, all right, take this off. All right, so when you're inhaling through the tip, the air goes through this hole, out of this nozzle. So you're gyrating the ball. So you're agitating the oils, you're moving the oils that are inside that bucket. So if there's even heating throughout, there's no pooling or puddling up for hot spots, right? And that's what the ball cap does. It creates something called directional airflow. So there are different types of caps. This is a ball cap. I like it because this noodle can ride the walls of this inner chamber at an angle that a joystick cap, which is fixated in the center, so it's like fixated in the center, angled out, or able to ride the walls. And then they have auto spinner caps, which is like you just place something still, you inhale, there's two slits on the sides, so it creates like a vortex effect inside the chamber, which is cool if you want to do something that's hands-free, but I feel like it splashes oil up the sidewalls of the crucible easier, like you need to inhale a bit harder to use what they call terp curls. So that's like a concentrate, that's an E-rig. This one is the Bomb Official. So that's like my bit in the cannabis industry. I'm a glass blower in the E-rig space, like specifically and only, pretty much. I help co-create induction slabs, aftermarket attachments for the Puffco Peak and Focus Vicarda, and like 3D printed stabilizer bases and tethers and soaking stations and double taps, whip connects, the first dry tap. Oh, he is? All right. Bro, then I guess game back on. Jesus. That was something else, wasn't it? I didn't even read the comments. Like, I didn't even see all the comments. I just felt the energy, I guess. I mean, we live in a wild world, folks. Did the one homie get some Taco Bell? Is he alright now? Managed to get that out of the system? What else is going on? I would love to hop back when I see the comments and see another thing we could all help each other out with. Alright. So I'm turning this stick, this rod, into a tube that's that size. Imagine that. Just want to get that started. I think I'm using way too much oxygen. I can see the colors boiling. Come on. There we go. There we go. If you hear that whoop, that's because I'm not trying to just like push out. I'm trying to just little tiny bursts of air. If that makes sense to you. Like here, that hitting my knuckle. I mean, it didn't happen just now, but that would be like an instance where maybe it could. I'm thickening it up. I have a lot more of that rod, so it's just attached because I'm just gonna just gonna pull that rod out more. Y'all still with me? Who's still with me? Everybody still awake out here? That definitely boiled right there. Maybe we just see if it creates a cool aesthetic. Trying to keep it uniform with that stock size. Really need to get a bigger wet saw. So help me monetize this. Help me get sponsored so I can get a wet saw so I can make my sister and my family some cups. Most people I know, or a lot of people I know, really aren't into this Canon thing. And that is the start of that section. Alright, let me get a drink of water real quick. Keep that hot. Oh no, I do. Well, I mean, I guess I could. I just, like, here we go. Hold on one second. I am just stepping over to my, well, I guess I could have just turned the gimbal also. See if I can, there we go. So like, here's one that I made. If y'all can see this. It's a modular, drop down, 6-slit diffuser. Well, this is a 18, this is a 14, but six-slit, full diffuser down stem. So you put your slide. This piece, it's a modular mouthpiece, you know, so you can put other stuff there if you wanted to. Like I could, I just, things with water haven't really been my thing. I've just been doing dry tops. Do you think I should start changing that up? Do you think I should? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like I could, you know, like something simple. There was a simple request. You want to see another one that's kind of like that but different? This one I call the Glyco Connect. So these are separated chambers, right? So you have the air intake. So this is a hole on the inside. Then it's closed off, and the only opening is through this path right here. So this section on the outside where you see that liquid is completely sealed in that area. But you still have a hole that goes all the way through. So you see that path through, and this is separate. Take this off, you put glycerin in there, and this is like a chill topper, like a freeze topper. And also modular. And this is a Focus V Carta topper. So this fits into, this is a dry topper. What do y'all think? Yeah. Yep. A lot of the designs that you see like in this space are iterations of something that I originally created at least. Just like more artistic versions because I've just been about the simple, affordable. That sounded like a crack. Yep. Just a little bit. Really tiny piece, just like a really tiny piece. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Hey man, I appreciate everybody tapping in tonight. I appreciate you throwing some thumbs, hit some emojis. Watch that video I just posted. It's my first video. I appreciate you helping me make it pop off and, drop some comments on it to let me know what else you'd want to see me make. Dude, I appreciate all of that. If you're into the stuff that you just like saw me showing off, my website is zachdesign.com. And my email let me know if y'all got any requests. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. What's up? Appreciate that. Where's everybody tapping in from right now? I'm in Virginia in the US. It's 1:56 a.m. It's pretty cold in my garage. Doing a color rod blowout, which means that I am turning that rod into that tube. East Tennessee, Milwaukee, North Carolina. I don't know what those flags are, but what up, week? California, San Jose, California. You're in a snowstorm. I'm sorry to hear that. I think I'm going to be getting hit this weekend. I think I'm supposed to get like 12 to 24 inches, but the truth is, I got a lot of salts, right? And it's going to be, I got a snowblower. The last time it snowed, it didn't look like anybody else had a snowblower. So it'll be like an opportunity maybe to like meet the new neighbors since like I moved here with my family. Really haven't connected with anybody around us. So, just go door to door, do everybody's driveway or whatever. Just got my grandma to move down here from Boca to like a community. It's like a 55 plus semi-assisted, and it's really nice. Like if they get snowed out, they got like a full kitchen and bar and like all these things at their place and feed them. And pretty cool. Was worried that she was gonna feel lonely or maybe she wasn't gonna make any friends. But I told her it was gonna be like sleepaway camp, And it turns out I was exactly right. So she's going to be warm and well fed. Hope all of y'all are staying safe out there. Got your family still with you? Show them some love and know you appreciate them tomorrow, because they'll think you're a psychopath if you reach out to them right now. Just sloppy right here. Let me start over. It's just so wonky the way it's spinning. Trying to figure out how big of a section to make. If it's like an E-rig topper, it's only like 2.5, 3-inch section. But if I do a water topper, you know, like it's honestly it's a lot easier than I make it out to be. In my own mind, I know, not for y'all. Because they have pre-made joints, pre-made shower head perks. Where all I have to do is stick one end in the chuck, assemble it, like pretty much slide a can on a can, which isn't really any different than that glyco connect I just showed you. I think I just preferred doing dry because I usually make what I would use for myself. It's just easier to clean dry pieces. just wish this one spun smoother. This rod is so wonky. Boom, tapped my knuckle. And nothing, not even a bruise, folks. So as I'm melting this rod, it goes towards here and I'm like punching a tunnel. I don't know if you could see. I don't know, I saw ZHD Glass doing it like that. I know he's using a different torch than me though. If you haven't already, I appreciate you liking, subscribing, and checking out the one video I just posted. Help me monetize this, you know what I mean? I'm tired, what about y'all? Yeah, I'm making the rod into the same size tubing. And I could use this tubing section for whatever. Go make them donuts, fam. What up, what up? Hey, Bass, appreciate you, bro. What up, what up? Appreciate that. I very much so appreciate that. Thank you, the deactivator. Thank you, Jeremiah. I think I may be out for tonight, too. Just like looks like it. You know what? I'll put this in the oven. We'll come back to it tomorrow. And I think for tonight, oh, the gimbal is powered down. All right, well. Gonna stick this in my oven. I appreciate all of y'all tapping in today, this morning, this evening. And I'll see y'all a little bit later in the next live stream.